hold on. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
That irresistible pressure in us? We might call it the divine urge for all of us that wants us to reach and grow and become. Now, I know that sounds exhausting and difficult, but you know where we're going? Maybe if we know where we're going, that will make a very different intention for us. The place we're going is home. To get back to that place of unity with spirit, with the divine. That's the whole purpose of this evolutionary growth process. We're humans. We make mistakes. We do crazy things, but we're all on this path of awakening to a greater understanding. And that's what reaching higher in the climb is, to get back to that place where we recognize and know that the seed of God, of spirit, is within us. And it wants to grow and become. It wants to find that light that Griselda was talking about, so it can share all of its beauty with us, and that's in us, and that beauty wants to be shared as us. Many people have said, well, I'll evolve when I die. You don't get out of it that easy. We're evolving all the time, or have the possibilities to evolve all the time, to grow and become. We have wisdom in us that is untapped, and it's about asking the questions of what we need to know, what we need to do to have a greater understanding, a greater relationship with spirit, with ourselves, with life, and with each other. Oliver Wendell Holmes said, man's mind, human's mind, once stretched by a new idea, will never regain its original shape. So this evolutionary process we're on to open our minds to new things, to be a better self today than we were yesterday, is not something once we get there and understand, it stays there, and then we grow more and become, and that's for us. It's our soul inside of us, that little soul that feels its connection to spirit, that is that little urge that's going, go, go. You know, the Talmud says that the angels stand over the grass and say, grow, grow. Well, that same little angel, well, one of those little angels, is whispering over us. And you know, in that grow, grow, it tells us not only what Julian of Norwich, the wonderful English mystic in the Middle Ages, said, all is well, and all will be well. Our minds are so powerful. Our minds are so powerful that we need to understand that we have the power to change our thinking and change whatever's around us. We can't necessarily change our external experiences all the time. Can't do that. Too tough, right, Michael? We don't always get everything we want right in this moment, even though we want it. But we can change how we look at it, how we see it, how we perceive it. You know, what we're looking at, we are looking with. And it was Albert Einstein who asked the great question. He said, well, there's only two ways to look at life. Do you see the universe as a loving place or not? Because if we chose the or not, then we're going to find a lot of things not to love, because that's the way we're looking. That's what we're looking from. If we figure out that this world is made of love, it really is, and that love is really the answer to everything, if we can get there. If we look through through the eyes of love, we're going to see a lot of things to love, even during the difficult times. We'll find the things that can keep us keeping on. Now, I don't want you to panic or anything, but Marianne Williamson said, spiritual progress, the spiritual climb, is a detoxification. Now, anybody that have ever had a detox for your body, oh, it's awful. It's not a fun thing, but what's it doing? It's cleansing and clearing out for us to step into a renewed version of ourselves. Ernest Holmes says it a little different. He said the spiritual climb is a purification, one of shedding the old to make way for the new, to find our way to God, to let go of the obstacles and the things that keep us from being in that space of being open to what that divine urge is calling us to do. Since we're all unique individuals, we don't get that same, the urge isn't the same for all of us, but it's always moving us to that place. The first two tenets of religious science, the first two beliefs are God, spirit, the divine is all there is. That's the whole energy of everything. God is all there is. And we are one with God. That's that same God seed that's in us that wants to grow. It's in everyone. It's just the seed is a little unique and different. And we just have to be doing the work that we can make the space for that seed in us to grow so we can go back to that place of wholeness and unity and oneness. My boyfriend, Rumi, said, we don't have to seek for love. We just have to seek and find everything we've built against it. Those obstacles that keep us from being fully expressed, fully in that presence of goodness. That's there for us. It's our job to do the work. Just as I said, we had this amazing meeting yesterday. It took work to get there. Great things don't just happen. We're born as creators, and we have to do the business of creating. So what are you creating for? Well, let me ask you this question first. Most of us settle into our comfort zones, and we keep doing the same thing because it's comfortable. Exactly. But then the comfort becomes uncomfortable because we're not supposed to do that. We're seeking something more. So why do we settle into that? Why do we settle into those comfort zones? Because of fear and doubt and wonder, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I have the courage. I don't know I have the courage. Oh, I don't know if I have the skill. I don't know if I have the wisdom. Everyone here is enough. I'm going to read you a quote by one of the wonderful mystics that says, there's so many. I wrote down so many. Which one is it I want? Okay, of course it's Rumi. I have Meister Eckhart, I have Lao Tzu, I have Julian of Norwich, I have Ernest Holmes, but the one I want to say is Rumi's, but no doubt about that. The universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already have. It's already there. We don't have to go looking for that. We just have to keep peeling away the coverings we've put there to protect ourselves from failure. But it's not how many times you fail, it's how many times you get up. That's, no, don't get up right now, but it was how many times you get up. How many times you get up. And one of the things, we will find resistance when we do these spiritual detox. It's going to be those little egos that go, no, I'm not going to do that. Oh, it reminds me of 2 years old. But anyway, yeah, it's a little ego that's there going, I don't want to do this work. This is too hard. I'm good just the way I am. No, we got to get better. We got to get better. And so you hit that resistance, but we have to have that spiritual understanding to say, I get it, but there's more for us. So you just stay over here. Step aside for a while, okay? Let me, my greater mind, my bigger heart, do the work. The role of faith is absolutely imperative in the journey of the spiritual climb. We have to have faith in something more. Faith is taking the first step when you don't see the whole staircase. That song, that beautiful song that Gretchen sang and all of you played, and so beautiful, it was a song for Martin Luther King. He had to take the climb. He had that urge and call to bring people together. And he knew he wouldn't finish it all, but he knew his work would get people to a new place. And that's what this is all about, to do our part in the whole world's evolution to something greater when we come together. Faith is moving forward even when the path isn't clear. We have to have a mantra, a saying that helps us keep on keeping on. It's about believing the higher power is always there for us. God's always got it if we allow that wisdom, that intuitive wisdom to come forth. Griselda, I believe you were talking about the whispers. We have to listen to the whisper of our hearts, because intuitive wisdom, the God essence, the divine wisdom speaks to the heart. The intellect will take us so far, right to the edge, right there. But then it won't take us any further. We have to let that intellect, our thinking mind, put it aside, so the wisdom, that knowingness that's already in us, can come forth. So we trust that life is always for us, always for us, always for us, and never against us. We can get against ourselves, but life isn't against us. If we move out, if we allow that thinking mind, the judgy mind, to move out of the way, we can know that our evolving will always be in alignment with our higher good. That's the way it works. We're going to trust that. So the role of faith, the spiritual climb, and then it's that infinite potential that's within us. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." But we have to nurture that seed of infinite potential that's in there. We've got to nurture it, water it, feed it, give it exercise, let it grow, give it space, because it's in there right now. So we make a commitment to do the spiritual climb, to do that climb, and then we have to realize there's going to be a letting go, a shedding of old beliefs, of attachments that, that doesn't work for anymore. Even though it gives me comfort and security, it doesn't work. We have to let go of those things, the beliefs, the thoughts that aren't working for us, the habits, the activities, that we can do something greater. Now, Ernest Holmes knows this so well. He said, this personal awakening is real. This awakening, spiritual awakening, is a deeply personal journey, but we undertake it collectively. When we do our good, it's so attractive. We know the light is so much more powerful than the darkness. We know that when we move into the light, we bring others, we make it wonderful. Others come along too. We uplift the consciousness, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to make a commitment to do our work, to see a practitioner, to do what it takes, to see someone to help remind us that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and what part of our humanity is getting in the way, and how can we claim a greater good. Well, I want you to say these things without me, because the only thing I know for myself, that the only thing that's going to get us in our way of a greater tomorrow is our doubts and our fears of today. So we need to let go of our doubt and fears and really trust that power within us. So I want you just to say, I release my doubts and fears. I release my doubts and fears. Do you mean it?
Yes.
Okay, good. I trust in the higher power.
I trust in the higher power.
I do what needs to be done.
I do what needs to be done.
To express myself in a greater way. I'm willing to reach higher. I know the sky is not the limit. It's only the beginning. Perfect. Okay, so when we come up here today for our healing wall, I'm going to ask our healers to come up now and space yourselves out so we have some room. You will simply put your hands out here when you come out. We spend about maybe a minute. We take a minute and we just clean out any of the little rough energy and just clean it out. So you're open and available to the wonderful good that's already present in you. To move up, to reach higher, and to bring a light and an openness to do what needs to be done. And as our healers are completing the journey, I just invite us to go into prayer, recognizing and knowing that the power of love is right with us in this and every moment. And I know for each of us that we open ourselves to feel that greater love, the greater possibility of the healing that's happening in this moment. As we open our minds and hearts to this, life responds to us with greater good, with a greater understanding, a deeper knowing, a greater connection. that we know and feel how blessed we are right here and now, and what a blessing we are. What a blessing we are as we share of ourselves in such beautiful and loving ways. And in this moment, for everyone that is shared, that I've heard, that I haven't heard, that is a situation in your life that needs healing, we just place that into this altar of prayer that we've created here at the center this morning, the altar of healing and knowing and having faith that the higher good, the higher power is at work for each and every one of us, right here and right now. We say thank you, God, and so it is.